Thank you.
Are you getting ready to be a newscaster?
I am. I'm working out my wrist here. It's nice.
Okay, I'll be serious since we probably have limited time. I just came from your screening, literally just like moments ago, and raced up to Main Street. Talking to the mic, and I'm demanding.
How are you doing after seeing that movie?
Honestly, it's really fucking good, and what's really great about it is that it is not playing by any sort of Hollywood conventions of like, what, well, obviously, but that's something that I thought was great about the fact that it's really playing it as realistic as it can be the entire time. Was that something that drew you to the project?
Yeah, I was a big fan of Jeff Nichols and Shotgun Stories. I thought it was one of the best films I've seen in the last 5 years, and when I met Jeff and found out it was made for $53,000 and sat there for years while he raised money to develop the film, and it was just released in 2008, I just thought, God, this guy, if he can do that movie with $53,000, imagine what he can do on his second film with just a little bit more money. And I just think he's a great new voice, and I'm so excited that people are discovering him now.
I usually start with a fun question, and I've made the mistake of going into my serious stuff. Yeah, I know. So I'm going to have the fun question. I looked over your IMDb profile. I study people before I sit down with them.
Okay.
And you started by doing like some TV stuff, did an episode of Journeyman, Veronica Mars. All of a sudden, it's like I look, and it's like the last 2 years has gone like batshit crazy for you. What the hell has the last year or two been like?
My last few years has been batshit crazy. I'm going to be honest. It started with, I did Salome. I did the play Salome with Al Pacino. And he made it into a movie, which hasn't been released yet. And from then on, and then I did a movie called Jolene, and then I met Terrence Malick. And that actually kind of changed my world.
We're going to be getting into that later.
Yeah, and that's what, I think, when you work with Terrence Malick, it opens a bunch of doors, so you get to work with, John Madden and Ray Fiennes, and I'm about to go work with John Hillcoat and Jeff Nichols, because Terry has talked to Jeff about me for this. So that changed my world. It rocked my world.
Well, you see, what's interesting is we're sitting out here on Main Street. No one's looking through the window. You're really you're very close to losing the anonymity that comes with doing this many movies and being in the spotlight. Is that something that you're prepared for? Are you sort of aware that might be coming in the horizon?
I'm trying to live in denial about that, because I haven't been in any movies that would... we were talking about Keanu Reeves earlier. I'm not in The Matrix, I'm not in a movie that everyone and their mom and kids are going to see. I'm in movies that filmmakers will want to see, and that other actors will want to see. Hopefully people will want to see this. And I don't think I'm going to be in multiplex, but I could also be in complete denial right now. My most important thing is my privacy, because it allows me to meet really interesting people and they treat me normal. And I can't imagine how horrible it would be if someone couldn't relate to me anymore. That's my most valued thing. So I'm hoping it stays this way, and I'll talk to you in a year. We'll
Sure.
see.
Well, what's interesting though is I have friends who are actors who became, well, not like best friends, but like I have friends with actors who became famous, if you will, later in life. Yeah. And they said that it was so much better because when you're 18, you don't know how to handle it. Right. And the fact that you're not 18, age to be determined, with all with women that I talk to. I think that's a benefit, is that you have a handle on who you are and blah, blah. Yeah. But continuing my joke question, so what was it about Journeyman that got you to where you are today?
Oh my gosh. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you about Journeyman. Kevin McKidd. I got to work with Kevin McKidd, who is an unbelievable actor. And when we were filming that episode of Journeyman, I got a call that same week, that day, that I was going to fly to Austin to meet Terrence Malick. So that actually, it's so funny, out of everything you picked Journeyman, I think that's the last television I did. And it was really a momentous occasion for me.
I knew this. Actually, I had no idea, but I got to tell you, I was a huge fan of that show. Very sad that I thought it was very good.
Yeah, and Kevin's He's phenomenal. Maybe it's great that it's over because it opens him up to other projects. But I just think he's phenomenal.
I think his work on Rome and that is exceptional.
Yeah.
No doubt.
He's underused.
I agree. Jumping into being, I definitely want to talk about being at Sundance and what that means to you, being here at the festival and having, your movie premiere, and the fact that I believe it was bought already.
It was bought blind. They hadn't even seen it. It was bought before we came out here.
That's crazy.
I've never heard of that before.
Well, I think it's also Michael Shannon.
Oh, it's Mike Shannon. Yeah.
Mike Shannon.
Come on.
Yeah.
He's the greatest actor. It's been surreal.
You get some credit.
Well, no, but to me, I'm in those scenes with Mike, and I'm just like, ah. It's like the clouds are parting, and it's like, this is why I'm an actor, is to act with people like you. That's it. I do it. I mean, I made this movie for no money, so yeah, that's the most important thing to me. But back to your question, being at Sundance, I'm such a newbie, but my best friend is Jess Weixler. Do you know who she is?
I do know who she is.
And we went to Juilliard together. We were roommates. We actually live together now. And she's been coming. She's like the Sundance pro. She actually won an acting prize here, I think, for Teeth. So, when she was sitting right next to me last night or yesterday when Take Shelter showed, and she's been so supportive, and any questions I've had about like, well, what am I going to do now at Sundance, she's been the one to go to. So that experience, I've got to share it with her, and that's been invaluable to me.
So what was it like for you sitting in the premiere? Was that your first time seeing it with a crowd? Was that?
Well, it's the first time seeing anything I've done with a crowd that size. I had seen a cut of the movie without the special effects. Yeah. And I knew day 2 what the movie was going to be. I could tell, having read the script, having seen Jeff's other work, and then when I was and having seen Mike's work, and then when I was on set, all of it just fit. All of like Mike and I, Jeff, the way we all worked together, I immediately saw the film and knew it was special in my mind. So when Jeff showed it to me, I wasn't like, wow. I was like, yeah, I knew it. I think Jeff is one of the greatest new voices, and I want to be in every one of his films, so I hope he lets me.
Well, what was your reaction seeing, because those effects are they're done by the Strauss brothers, obviously, hydraulics, and I'll give them credit, they know how to do effects. Visually speaking, I mean, this shit is really great. What was your reaction seeing it for the first time?
It really scared me to see the effects the first time, because I had read about the nightmares, but actually seeing the nightmares and the dead birds falling from the sky, and having it just happen in Arkansas. So it's something, it actually happened. Jeff says that he did that for a publicity stunt, but
That could be true, though.
you never know. You can't prove it's not true. It was really terrifying how real it looked, especially because I was there when we filmed those scenes, and I didn't see those birds, so I was blown away by what they did.
Very realistic stuff. I definitely, before I run out of time, if you have to ask you mentioned tree.